Hey guys, welcome to the In the Game Room podcast and welcome back to the workbench. I've got something really cool to show you guys tonight. A little company called Wargames Atlantic sent me some test shots of their new Italians. These are the dudes right here, a few of them. I only got four guys. These are the sprues that I got, and a couple of the guys were already missing. These, I have to tell you, are very early test shots that they did of this line of infantry. So the actual models that end up being released will be basically the same as this, but they'll have improvements and things like that, adjustments and whatnot. This was one of the very first test shots, so that's why I got a sprue from them, and it was also missing a couple of dudes because they probably did some test fitting. But I did manage to get four guys out of the sprues they sent me. Now, when this becomes released, there'll be five of these sprues with six dudes on each one, and then I believe there'll be two of these that have one guy, and I believe they're calling this the officer sprue, but it also has a lot of other cool accessories. So between the two of these, you have a lot of different options. You'll have seven dudes between the two sprues, and a lot of different weapons, a lot of different hats, a lot of different gear, um, and they're really nice. Okay, so I put together four of them real quick and just shot some primer on them. The fit and finish of the figures is damn near perfect. Like I said, this is an early test run. They've probably done some refinements and adjustments and things like that, but they look great when they're done, and they're going to look even better when they're painted. They have a lot of really nice detail. The clothing and all the accessories on them are well done. Most of the like gas mask bags and backpacks and holsters and canteens and things like that are separate pieces, which I like because I like to paint them separately and then put them on at the end. It's a lot easier. And I think it allows them to make a better miniature without putting a bunch of crap on it that you may or may not choose to use. There's different head styles, or different hat styles, basically. A couple of different soft caps, the helmets, the hat with the little. I'm going to get beat up by all the Italians out there because I don't know what it's called, but that black thing that hangs off. They've got those. The weapons all look really great. Um, I don't know what else can I say. The expressions on the faces, they're not super animated like some of the warlord figures. You've got a lot of guys you can tell like they're screaming, they're yelling, they're in agony or whatever. These are pretty straightforward faces, but very well detailed and very nice looking. And I was looking at them a few minutes ago actually through my magnifying glasses, and I'm looking at the faces and I'm saying like they look like Italians. I can't put my finger on what it is, but the facial features are very Italian. So that's kind of cool. So they really made the effort there to make them as realistic as possible. The sprues I got are exactly this is what I got. I didn't get any instructions. I don't know which pieces go with which. I made a mistake on this. This bipod here is not a bipod. It's part of a tripod for a different machine gun. So I'm going to pull that off. I guess this is a light, and that's a part of a tripod for the heavy, which they also give you. So that's just a dumb mistake on my part because I don't know much about Italian weapons. So I'll be fixing that. But what else can I tell you about them? They're really nice. They're well proportioned. I did some warlord Italians, or the new plastic Italians here, to do some comparisons in size and whatnot. As far as the height of the miniatures go, very similar. The warlord miniatures, as usual, are a lot chunkier. They're a lot bulkier. Their uniforms are thicker. These guys are a little skinnier um, and better proportioned. I think they look very realistic. Where these guys, like I said, they're a little chunkier. I've heard a lot of people refer to Bolt Action the game and Bolt Action miniatures as being more cinematic than realistic. giving them that kind of heroic movie look. And I think that's accurate, and I think it's cool. I like the Warlord miniatures also. But I think mixing these together, for one thing, it's going to be fine. Not all humans are exactly the same size. And two, I think it's going to create a lot of variety. So if you're thinking of getting the Warlord box, or if you're thinking of getting the Wargames Atlantic box, get both and mix them up. I think there may even be some good opportunities for weapon swaps, head swaps, things like that to really mix it up. And I think that'll make your army a lot more interesting. The backpacks that come with the Wargames Atlantic are very, very nice. The Warlord ones come with gas mask bags and a couple other small accessories, but they don't come with any big backpacks like this. So maybe, like I said, switching them up a little bit, giving a couple of the Warlord guys some of the Wargames Atlantic backpacks and other accessories might be a great way to mix up your army and make both sets look cool. So that's about all I can tell you about these until I get a full set and then and get them all painted up. I'm going to remind you again, because I promised I would, that these are pre-production samples. They're subject to change. I don't think they're going to change very much. I think they're going to get like minor adjustments and tweaks and things like that. I think that, the guys you see, will show up in the retail box, I'm pretty sure. But I promised the owner of the company that I would, reiterate that many times, that, what you're seeing here are early test samples. They're not even in the proper color. They're not going to be molded in brown, but apparently they had a machine going with brown in it. So they just threw these molds in and cranked out a couple just as a test. But I'm happy to have these. I'm glad I got to see them before the retail product comes out. And I'm actually looking forward to getting a couple of boxes for myself and putting them together and mixing them in with my Warlord guys and maybe even some Warlord metal dudes. So I really like to mix up my armies so they don't look like, 50 clones. They all look like individuals. So I think this is gonna be a great mix. They'll be out probably in a week or so. I can't make any guarantees. I believe they're being packaged up right now. There were some delays with the boxes, the printing of the boxes for these miniatures. So the actual miniatures, I think, have been available for a while. It's just they've been waiting for the packaging, and I think that's sorted out now. So watch gcmini.com for when these get released, and I think you'll be impressed. I'll hold a few up here, and I'll just hope that the camera focuses nicely. And if they don't, I'll edit this bit out. You'll never know it happened. And I'll put some stills. There's a dude, I put his backpack on. Really, really nicely done. Very well detailed. And like I said, I'm most impressed with the proportions. I think they just look right. They look as they should. And then there's this guy. And like I said, that bipod's going away. That's just a dumb mistake on my part. I had no idea what I was doing. But still, it's a really cool miniature. Nice pose. I like the way he's kneeling down like that. So like I said, there'll be 5 sprues for the main sprue with 6 dudes each, and I believe there's going to be 2 of these with the 1 dude each, because they're claiming, well, they're not claiming, on their website they say you get 32 dudes total. So I think that's how that's going to break down. It's $35 a box, which comes in at just over $1 a guy, which I think is a really good deal. And I'm loving them. I'm going to recommend them just based on what I see here, and knowing that the production ones are probably going to be even nicer. So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed that little preview review sort of thing, and we look forward to getting these in the store as soon as we can and getting them out to you guys. Thanks a lot. Talk to you later, and keep on gaming.